Hey, what's up and good morning everybody. Thanks for clicking on the video. This is David Pendleton and today I'm covering the Snow City tournament. This is the new 9-hole cup that is featuring the City Park course. You can see here shot a -14, so qualifying went pretty well today. Pretty consistent across both of my rookie accounts. If you're new to the channel, welcome. I hope you like the content. Please smash that subscribe button and hit that thumbs up button at some point before you leave the video. That would be much appreciated. All right, let's go. Let's hop right into hole number one. Hole number one does have a glitch roll on the green, so be very careful when it comes to your drive and don't push it too hard. 2 bars of side spin to the left combined with 1.5 bars of top spin. You're going to see here that as I move my club around, you get a ball guideline that looks like that, or you get a ball guideline that looks like that. Make sure that whenever you go to pull your rings and adjust for your wind, that you do have the shorter ball guideline. That is one little trick to not experience the glitch roll on this hole. You're also going to see that I am curling my ball until the left edge of my ball covers up the left side of the blue adjustment zone. And you'll see here that the drive comes in very nicely. Now, if you're lower level driver players or you don't have maxed out snipers, you will need to bring a big dog to shot number 2. If you do have a high level sniper like this, you're able to play the bounce over shot and try to get yourself into the hole for an eagle. For me, I'm using some spin until I get the ball guideline a little bit short of the hole, just like this, trying to point the ball guideline at the cup, but again, leaving it a little bit short because the green does roll a little quickly on this hole as well. You'll see here that I do make my adjustment. Unfortunately, I do hit a great shot here on shot number 2, so we don't have a whole lot to learn from that besides the point is, don't hit a great shot. And maybe you'll get the ball into the hole for a more difficult eagle on hole number 1. Either way, though, if you pick up the birdie on this hole, sometimes it just internally feels like a win, and you just pack your stuff up and then you head on over to hole number 2, which is going to be our first par 5, and this is one that is more difficult to pick up an eagle as well. So if you pick up an eagle on this hole, it's kind of like dropping the hole. Here I'm going to apply my top spin combined with 1 bar of side spin to the left with 2 bars of top spin. I do back my target up to the plus 10-yard mark because I am pulling into headwind, and I do prefer that when I adjust my rings that I don't pull into overpower. That way I don't have to overpower my shot, and I know that the shot will be accurate. Here I hit a perfect ball, and all we're really trying to do is just get up to the top part of the fairway. We have to lay up on this particular hole. Shot number 2, you can take it with your sniper or you can take it with your big dog. Whichever one you prefer does not matter to me. We are getting headwind here, so the big dog is probably the better option. You're going to notice I go with full top spin, about 1.5 bars of side spin to the left. Now, the only thing that we're trying to do on this hole is we are trying to get this ball up the right-hand side of the fairway as far as we can, all right? We want to play this one to the right-hand side of the bunker, which you're going to see right here. So I do hit a perfect shot, add a little bit of curl just to get the ball to go where I want it to go. But this is all we're trying to do, okay? Right-hand side of the bunker, up the fairway. That's going to leave us with shot number 3, which is going to be our eagle shot. Now, there's 2 different types of shots you can take here, and I showed them both in my kind of refresh walkthrough video that I put out here on Monday for rookie. You have a rough bump, which you can play at the top of the sand on the left-hand side here, or you can attack the pin straight at the pin. I chose in perfect headwind to just go ahead and attack the pin. Now, I don't make the shot, but I think we got enough here to where we can talk through what we need to do to make the shot. You're going to apply your backspin, and then you want your ball guideline going through the hole. Be very careful with this hole because there is a little glitchy green. Always use the fringe as your landing spot when you can, okay, just like this. Now for me here, I missed this one to the right-hand side by about a 1/4 of a green square, so we might need to add a little bit of side spin to the left to counter effect that roll, but I think ultimately this gives you a pretty good starting point on hole number 2, and you'll see that even picking up a birdie on that hole, we still have more drops to go. Well, we still have plenty of drops to go, I should say. Starting off right here with a hole-in-one. We're going to go 4.2 bars of backspin 4.1, 4.2, something like that. 1 bar of side spin to the left, which you see here. Now, after my spins are applied, okay, that's always very important. After my spins are applied, you can see here the landing spot that I'm looking for. I like this course because you can see the light green and the dark green squares. So taking notice at that dark green square that my final part of my ball guideline is in. I zoom in, I get you a really good look at it there. Perfect ball. And you'll see this thing does go into the hole very nicely for a hole in one. Great speed, center of pin, and we drop that shot. This will take us on to hole number 4. Hole number 4, I do believe we have a drop here for you as well. We're going to go with 4 bars of topspin combined with 1 bar of side spin to the right. Again, 4 bars of topspin, 1 bar of side spin to the right. All that I'm looking at here is a nice consistent ball guideline. You'll see here that I've got, I'm away from the rough on the left-hand side. I've got my orange ring kind of on the right-hand side of the rough over here. But again, I just want the ball guideline nicely developed all the way onto the fairway, just like I have it here. All we're trying to do is make sure that we land right here on this section of the fairway. What you do not want to do on this hole is you don't want to push this drive. You don't want to go too far and then over here too far to the right, because if you do, you're not able to attack the hole straight forward like I am right here. Now you saw that I'm playing this one 20% at mid. This is one of my least favorite wind angles on this hole to drop the shot, but I do get the drop. I apply my backspin, and then I do make sure that the very end of my ball guideline is going through the back of the cup. Typically always important whenever you're using backspin with the thorn is to make sure that you do have your ball guideline through the back of the hole, because it is too easy to come up a little bit short. Here you see we get a nice bounce, and we just barely sneak that one into the right-hand side of the cup. So one thing that I might change about this particular hole is I might suggest that you play at only 10 or 15% elevation, or if you want to play at the exact same elevation as me, that's fine. I might go ahead and just tell you to offset this one just a little bit to the left-hand side of the flagstick, okay? In the hole, but maybe a little bit left-hand side of the flagstick. That's going to take us on to here, in which I have a very consistent hole-in-one. Only thing I want you to do is set your spin first. I want you to go half a bar of side spin to the right, no top, no back, and then I want you to find your landing spot. You're going to see that a little bit more fluid on the second replay. I dropped this in the 2s, 3s, and 4s on the wind. So once I found the angle on the shot, it was very consistent for me, and I'll get you a zoom-in look on the next replay here, which you'll see in just a second. But you'll see that even a 4.5 mile per hour wind, this ball is going to go into the hole, and then I'll show you the next shot, which is in the 3s, I believe 3.8, and the ball is in the hole for a hole-in-one. You see here we come up very nicely. We come in dead center of pin for that hole-in-one. So let's take a look at it again, this time a little bit lower wind. So all we have to do is set half a bar of side spin to the right, and then find the landing spot. When I'm finding the landing spot here, I am looking at the dark green and the light green squares, okay? So you can see here that the very end of my ball guideline is basically in the bottom right-hand corner of that dark green square, maybe just a smidge to the left of that, okay? Then I make my adjustment. And from here, if I hit perfect, it was very consistent for me. So I hope that is consistent for you. Once I found the shot in practice mode, I think it was like 2.6 mile per hour wind or something like that. I got a hole-in-one. Then, of course, the game gave me that 4 or something, like 4.5. I got the hole-in-one and then this one. So there we go. Again, dead center of pin. Looks pretty good there for hole number 5. Hole number 6, this one's a little bit frustrating for me because I sent both of my drives into the top hand part of the rough. Now, if you do that, that's okay, because since we're using a berserker ball, we're easily able to get the eagle here. But you're going to notice my spin adjustment here is, about 5.1 top, 5.2 top probably. No side spin. All I did was make sure that my ball guide line is developed down there onto the bottom part of the fairway. And then I'm taking my drive with no overpower, all right? Now, the first time I played this hole, I went ahead and went 6 top. And here, I reduced it all the way down to 5.1, 5.2, whatever it was. I hit a perfect ball again, no OP. Unfortunately, I just roll a little bit strong here into the rough. So maybe we need to reduce this one down to like maybe, 4.8 bars of topspin. But again, if you accidentally roll into the rough like I did, it's really not an issue because, again, with the P5 ball, we're really able to try to attack the pin. Now, I did play this one a little bit more aggressive. There are layup options that you could do. But for me, I was trying to get the ball to the pin and try to pick up an albatross out of the rough. Come close. Really not a whole lot to see here other than, I hate that reconnecting stuff too. Not a whole lot to see here other than I used a little bit of curl just because I was setting up right side of the pin. But you'll see here, there's really no issue getting to the green in 2 shots. I come in just a little bit to the right-hand side of the cup, and then I roll back down and get, within about 2 green squares of the cup for the albatross. So have a better drive than me, and then you'll have a good chance to pick up yourself an albatross there on hole number 6. Hole number 7, the next par 3. I couldn't get this one down. Now, with it being a 9-hole cup, I did not spend a ton of practice tokens on it. I spent a couple, but not a ton. I keep coming up pin high, so here you're going to see that I'm playing pretty low on the green. This is with full back spin, 1 bar, a side spin to the right. We may need to move our target over to the right-hand side a little bit, so maybe playing low like I am here, but maybe more right-hand side of the green. This one, if you got a good shot on it and it's consistent for you, please put it in the comments and let people know how you're dropping it. But, we do have a starter point here, at least. Something for you to try to dial in. But with this being the qualifying round, we're just trying to get you to the final round, which ought to be pretty easy with this walkthrough. Also brings me to my next point that if you would like to have text guides, they are available. Make sure you check out the description below for a link to the Patreon for the rookie detailed text guides. Hole number 8, go and play this with the katana. I always do that just to apply the side spin. Here we're going to go with 4.5 bars of top spin, 3 bars of side spin to the right. I put my yellow ring right here in this little corner pocket of the fairway. And then I make my adjustment, and I typically always add a little bit of curl to the left. Here you see it's just baby curl. Hit a perfect ball. All we're trying to do is get 1 bounce right here, and then very nicely up to the next part of the fairway. Now here we're going to encounter a lucky eagle. So I do pick up the eagle here, but I pick it up with a minor great shot to the right. Very, very inconsistent ball guideline when it comes to this green here, but you're going to notice that if you set your spins just like I did and then you wiggle your target around, you will at least find some type of consistency when you play a little bit further down here. You can see I'm playing way below the sand trap. Now, again, like I said, I hit a minor great shot to the right, and the ball goes into the hole. So really the only thing that tells us is, I played this one 10% at mid. So with a perfect shot, I would have probably missed. Obviously, I would have missed for sure, which means I need to pull a little bit more rings possibly. But you see here, I do come into the right-hand side of the hole for an eagle. At least it gives you a good basis point on how to set your spins and then find a consistent ball guideline. And that'll take us on to hole number 9. Hole number 9, you should be able to pick up an albatross here. If not, you're going to be very, very close with the perfect shot. Titan ball, 4 bars of top spin, 2 bars of side spin to the right. This is important on the drive. This is where I set it up at. After my spins, I set up the yellow ring on the rough like that, and then I make sure I have my ball guideline nicely onto the second part, the top part of the fairway up there, without the ball guideline going into the rough. That's why I backed my target up so far, and that's why I played this shot at mid-distance. All I'm trying to do now is just go with curl. Half a ball of curl to the right. You hit a perfect drive. As long as you set this one up nicely, you should get yourself into the 320s as far as yards go. And really, we don't even need that much. But this is a really nice drive. This is basically perfect. And we're going to play shot number 2 uphill at minus 10%, okay? So shot number 2 right here, minus 10% at mid. What I'm going to do is suggest that you apply your backspins. You're going to see here about 3.1 back. It's going to vary depending on your drive. And here I'm putting the ball guideline just a little bit short of the hole. Trying to aim dead center. And you're going to see here that I barely miss this shot to the left-hand side. Kind of unfortunate because the speed was perfect on the shot. I don't want you to change the elevation. You can see here we burn the left edge of the cup. I want you to just set that ball guideline just to the right-hand side of the flag stick, okay? That gives us our best opportunity for an albatross on this course. I hope you found the video helpful. Again, please hit that thumbs up button before you go. And if you would like to have Patreon text guides, that is in the description below. Also a link to Adam's channel to where he will play these shots live and try to dial in my misses that I have here. That's it, everybody. I'll get pro out much later today. I do have to work now, so I'll get it out as soon as I can. Thank you.